You know my rule. Before video, gotta down some coffee. I mean, just gotta do it. My mic's kind of far away. So let me do my coffee first. And I was just watching Fox News. Yeah, I know you're going to say, you're watching that damn Fox News. Doesn't matter what I'm watching. It doesn't. Especially when it comes to a subject that I seen them. I seen that they were interviewing people. They went around to universities and they were talking to young people, and they were asking them, "What is Memorial Day? What is Memorial Day?" Most of the people didn't know what Memorial Day was. A few said, "Well, I have a feeling it has something to do with the military," but most of them did not know what it was, what it was about. Jesus, man, come on, man. No, not Biden. I hate Biden. But young people seem like they don't understand what's going on in this country. I don't know what they're teaching them in college. But this is stuff that I learned as a kid and not in school. I just learned it from everybody that Jesus Christ, I mean, I was brought up believing I have to fight for my country. And I joined 3 branches of the military. I didn't join the Marines, sorry, Mike, because a bunch of my friends got their feet blown off and stuff. So I didn't. I wanted to serve, but I didn't want to get my foot blown off, so I didn't do it. But I did join the Army, and I the first thing I did join, I joined the Air Force first because I love jets and I wanted to fly planes. I wanted to drop napalm in Vietnam. So I joined the Air Force first, and because of my asthma, I couldn't get in. I passed the written test, so which that made me mad. But anyway, so I said, okay, you don't want to let me in the Navy? Screw you. There's the Navy. You know, if I can't get in the Air Force, I could go and win the Navy. They got planes. So I joined the Navy. Went through all the tests and stuff, passed all that. Drill instructor must have knew me, or it's a thing that they do. They made me run in place until my asthma started wheezing, and then they go, you know what? I got a cold, I told them. Yeah, I got a chest cold, man. I've been sick for a couple of weeks now. They said, no, it's more than that. So they kicked me out. So I went to the Army. I knew that I couldn't fly planes in the Army, but I figured I could work on them because I was a mechanic. I mean, I get me near one, I'll be happy. If I could just watch them take off and stuff, I'd be happy. So I joined the Army, and it was the same thing. My asthma, they told me to go home. The last branch was the Marines, but because I knew that I couldn't run the quarter mile and breathe for more than 5 minutes without choking to death, I didn't do it. Plus, like I said, a couple of my friends came back from Vietnam with their legs blown off, so I didn't want to do that. But I did join the 3 branches of military, and I did want to go. I still would love to go, even though I'm an old man now. I mean, I could drive tanker, I could drive trucks, I could drive bulldozers, I could drive any kind of machinery, I could program computers. Hello, let me in. But you need to be able to do other stuff, and I'm not capable of it because of my asthma. But I would love to be in the service. But so they were asking kids on the campuses about that, and one of the kids says, well, when I studied about America, I decided F America. I heard him say it, and I'm thinking, how could a young guy say F America? How are you brought up to where you hate your country? I don't get it. I don't understand mindset of the young people now. How can you say that? Do you think that it would be better if you were in Iraq or Mexico or Canada? Go. You should go there. But when you say hell, F America, I mean, where are you here? Who taught you to be like that? Or what gave you the idea that America is a bad place? America has faults. But I'll be honest with you, out of all the other countries, I prefer America, I think. At least here, I have a choice to where I can do stuff, good or bad. If I decided to be bad guy, I can be. But if I wanted to be good or get ahead in life, I can. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, I could do something to change it. But to say F America, I don't know, it was like a stab in my chest. And how could anybody think like that? How are the colleges and the schools, what are they teaching? What books are they using? How are they doing that and why? And does the colleges know that they're teaching that? And why they're not, the school board's not saying, wait a minute, this criteria that you're teaching is not freedom. You're teaching them to hate our country. If you don't like what your senator does, or in my case, Mayor Lightfoot, I think she's a racist. She says, I ain't going to allow no white people or Asians or anybody to do any interviews. I want people of color. She says, because there's not enough reporters that are telling it like it is. That's racist. As soon as she excludes whites, that's racist. Because what if I say, I don't want no blacks in my house? Everybody in the world would be saying, Jim, you're a racist. And I would be if I said that. So she's a racist. So I have a problem with that. But what do I do? So I should hate her for that, right? I mean, if that's what they're teaching in the school, I should hate Mayor Lightfoot because she's a racist. No, that's not the American way. The American way is, I don't like what Mayor Lightfoot said. I'm going to vote her out when I get a chance. Or I'm going to vote against her. At least, whether she gets out or not is irrelevant. I'm going to make sure that my vote is against her. And I'm going to try and get everybody that I know to vote against her because of that. But it's not a hatred thing. I don't care that she's black. It's that what she said is racist to Chicago. She's telling everybody in Chicago, hate the white people. Don't let them do anything because they're white. This is a black world. No, it's not a black world. It's not a white world. It's a messed up world because of people like her and the college that taught that boy to say F America. That's wrong. There's something screwed up with that. It shouldn't be like that. If you don't like what Biden does, vote against him. If you don't like what Kevin Newman does or anybody else, vote against them. Go knocking door to door and say, hey, you want to do something good? Let's vote Mayor Lightfoot out of office because she's a racist, because she's got bad teeth, because she looks like Beetlejuice, or I'm being funny, but whatever the scenario is, that's what should be done. It shouldn't just be, she's black, so let's get rid of her. I voted for Obama the first term. I did. So if I was prejudiced against blacks, I would have never done that in a billion years. But I voted for him because I believed the words he said. And I still remember the words. The word says, I will make change. We will bring change. The only change he brought was racial injustices and racial divide, back to like it was in the 60s when I was going to school. The 90s when I was going to school. He did. Because that was racist times in 67. When I went to Tilden right down here, it was a racist school. All we did is, when we were on lunch and in the morning, throw bottles at the blacks. They threw bottles at the Mexicans, and the Mexicans shot at us and threw bottles at us. So we were doing that all while we're out. And then in the halls of Tilden School, we would slap the books out of each other's hands. That was in 1967 during the riots. I went to Tilden Tech, 48th and Union. They didn't have metal detectors then. They do now. But the school was terrible. But the bottom thing is, what are they teaching us children? Who's allowing it to be taught like that, and why are they teaching that? You want to hate somebody? Hate yourself. Because evidently, if you hate somebody or if you're hating our country, there's something wrong with you to where, why do you have that hate? Maybe you hate me right now because I got a USA shirt on and it's red. And there's Chinese symbols behind me because my wife's Chinese. So I hate me. Doesn't make sense. We have to turn this world around, and we can't do it with hate. Hating Asians, hating whites, hating blacks, hating anybody. We need to fix this. But nobody seems to care. It seems like if you're Democratic, everything you do is okay. If you're not Democratic, and I'm not saying the word Republican, if you're anything other than a Democrat, you suck and I hate you and you're stupid. And you're being racist and you're xenophobic. Our world is doomed like this. It's not going to matter that much to me now because I'm old enough to where how long am I going to still live? I hope at least another 25 or 30 years. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But your children or your grandchildren are going to grow up in this stuff, and they're going to be led by people like that young kid that says, F America. I had to express myself. I hope you don't hate me for it. USA, DE, number one. It's the only place I've ever been. So, I mean, I've been to Canada. But please, vote people that are racist out. Vote for people that are not hating our country. If you hate or you dislike things that's going on in our country, vote for change. And not for Obama. Just vote for change. Don't go because, oh, he's Democratic or he's a Republican, I'm going to vote for that guy. Don't do that. Because from what I see, a lot of Republicans are Democrats and they're dressed up as a Republican, but they're not. They're Democrats. They follow the Democratic agenda, which is throw money, and let somebody's grandkids and their kids pay for that. Because sooner or later, somebody's got to pay for that. Everything's not going to be free. Biden's going to throw out this another $6 trillion. But you know what? It's not like this paper, if I snap my finger, it turns into a $100 bill. Somebody, somewhere, is going to have to pay that $6 trillion back that our government's going to give away. And you're only giving it away to the politicians and to the people that help keep them in office because they said, Joe, if I help you become president, I want some jing jing. And Joe says, well, I can't give you jing jing to your hand, but what I can do is I can give your state some stuff, or I can give you some new trains, or I could give you some new infrastructure. We'll do something. We'll work it out. It won't be jing jing in your hand, but somehow I'll help you out. Or I'll help you get something that's going to work it out. Bottom line is not F America. Change America. Make it a better place. Make it a good place like it was. It's slowly downhill. It's not because of Trump. Trump was doing a good job. The Democrats just fought against him every inch of the way. They're still fighting against the Republicans because the Republicans don't want you to just throw money out because the Republicans understand somebody's got to pay that back. The Democrats, evidently, they don't care about that. It's F America. Let everybody in here from any country they want. Come on down. And somehow there's $87 million for hotels for people coming across the border. $87 million. Give me one of those millions. I'd be a happy camper. Then you can do whatever you want. And then I'll put on a Democratic hat and say, I love you. $87 million for hotel bills for illegal aliens because Joe says, come on in, dudes. Anyway, I don't want to take up more time. I'm just expressing my opinion. This is only my opinion. Please stop the hate and make change. let's get off this stupid stuff that we're on, this path that we're on to destroy our country before it's a communist country, and that's where it's heading. God bless you and peace. I'll see you guys later. Bye.